holiday season right around the corner, and while gift buying will increase during this time, pet adoptions will likely follow suit. However, some experts say the number of pet adoptions are trending downwards. WGEM's Zeke Shapiro was at the Quincy Humane Society earlier today and has more on what is leading to that trend.
I spoke with a pet expert today who told me the holiday season is usually when pet adoption rates spike. However, they also told me over the last several years, pet adoption rates have diminished, mainly due to one factor.
Times are hard. Increase in pricing of everything is going up.
Not often do people associate inflation with pets.
That free kitten that you see on social media or flyers for, it might be free on the front end, but the care for it can really start to add up quickly.
Pilar Brumbaugh is the executive director of the Quincy Humane Society, and she says the rising price of pet care has caused some challenges for her organization.
In an ideal world, we take in every dog, every cat, and we're to the brim. But we have to think about our quality of stay.
Brumbaugh says this holiday season, many people want to have a pet, but with rising costs, potential owners must reflect on if they can actually keep one.
We see a huge increase in people wanting to add in a furry friend, but with that, there's a lot of things to consider.
And there are many considerations.
You're adding another family member, so you got to take account for all the meals and, potential vet visits.
But really, it just goes down to the responsibility and the commitment.
Despite the challenges, Brumbaugh has done what she can to help alleviate the problems with the help of the community.
We were so blessed with the support from the Community Foundation to really help kickstart our pet food pantry.
Donations and events have also been a major help to the Humane Society. So as the holiday season begins, Brumbaugh says adopting is not the only way you can help an animal in need.
There's other things that you can do to help the lives of animals that are in shelters, and whether that's volunteering, fostering, helping plan community outreach events, you name it.
Brumbaugh says the Quincy Humane Society has had a great year in terms of reaching out to the local community to find homes for their animals. She expects that same belief of community support to move into next year as well. Reporting in Quincy, Zeke Shapiro, WGEM News.
And Brumbaugh also added that the fees charged by the Humane Society on adoptions go to improved pet care on their end, including immunizations, neutering, and microchips. You can also donate to the Quincy Humane Society online, or for solid items like food and blankets, they accept those donations at their office.